There's nothing quite like breathing clean and fresh air. But how clean is the air you are breathing right now? The air around us is made up of many different gases, including oxygen, carbon dioxide, nitrogen, and inert gases. Oxygen and carbon dioxide are important for the survival of living organisms. However, as we continue with our lives today, the gases that we are inhaling are becoming more polluted every single day. In fact, air pollution is considered to be the most significant environmental risk factor for mortality. It also intensified the number of deaths during past pandemics, specifically Spain flu in 1918 and SARS-CoV in 2003. Air pollution increases susceptibility of respiratory infections. Hence, as we are currently experiencing a global pandemic, does air pollution contribute to the severity of COVID-19 infections?
What is anthropogenic effect? Anthropogenic effect include pollution, climate change, and habitat alteration, overexploitation, and invasive species. It is first recognized by Zeus in 1954, who observed a 2% reduction in atmospheric potency starting in early 18th century. This reduction was caused by the onset of the Industrial Revolution. The atmospheric inventory of potency became diluted when humans began to burn fossil fuels in large amounts. Fossil fuels are typically millions of years old, and any radiocarbons in fuels has long since decayed away. So what causes air pollution? Air pollution is caused by solid and liquid particles and certain gases that are suspended in air. These particles and gases can come from the exhaust of cars, trucks, from the factories, dust, pollen, mold spores, volcanoes, and wildfires. The solid and liquid particles suspended in air are called aerosols. So, what is the effect of air pollution? The effect is more on the respiratory and heart problems, child health problems, global warming, acid rain, eutrophication, effect on wildlife, and of course, on the depletion of our ozone layer.
An invasive species is an alien species or living organism that brings harmful effect on the environment, human development, and health. These species can be only called invasive if they reproduce quickly and there's a possibility to spread in a fast manner. Invasive species cannot travel or migrate to another country, but they may spread quickly with the help of human activities or by the human themselves.
COVID-19 can be considered as an alien species which is classified as a dangerous virus, bringing harmful effects to our economies and mainly our health. It spreads quickly due to its nature and adapts to changes in the process of mutations. According to PCA or Property Care Association, COVID-19 and Himalayan balsam or Japanese knotweed are defined as an alien species, and they have similarities in a genetic mutation which affects the human populations. Now we know that COVID-19 is an invasive species. The involvement of humans can play a big role in spreading this virus and is seen as an invasive species as well. Sarah Zelensky stated that the traits of invasive species are widespread, which humans can spread the virus as a carrier, classified as non-native, which is a native species, new habitats which humans can move to, and harmful to human health because humans can transmit the virus to each other.
Epigenetics defines the study of heritable changes in gene expression without a change in DNA sequence. Its relation with air pollution is that it is associated with breathing in fine particles that may increase the risk of disease. Fine particles that come out of the exhaust from cars is a major source of air pollution that when breathed in, it can cause lung irritation, breathing disorder. Furthermore, further studies indicates that breathing in fine particles is also associated with heart attacks, strokes, and cancers. Air pollution has also been suspected to be associated with DNA methylation, a type of epigenetic change. Although there is not much evidence or information regarding its correlation, there is a study conducted by scientists at Columbia University which found out that exposure to exhaust particles from air pollution was linked with DNA methylation changes.
According to Magazino et al. 2020, studies confirmed the existence of a significant association between air pollution and COVID-19 cases or mortality, making poor air quality an additional cofactor of COVID-19 lethality. This finding is in line with the scientific literature highlighting that other exposure to air pollution matters for the spread of various viral infections. The underlying hypothesis is that a predetermined particulate concentration can foster COVID-19 and make the respiratory system more susceptible to this infection. In fact, airborne particles could serve as a carrier of pathogens, making the viral infection spread more harmful. Researchers use the term Generalized Additive Module or GAM for the 6 pollutants, which is PM2.5, PM10, SO2, CO, NO2, and O3 that are linked with COVID-19 cases. Investigations that are conducted in China, Iran, Italy, Spain, France, Germany, UK, and the USA shows that higher mortality was also correlated with relatively poor air quality because these countries registered for having high mortality rate and high values of PM2.5 and NO2 values.
DespAIR, a word that means more than sadness. It is losing hope on something. The novel coronavirus pandemic can be the moment the world pushes back against fear. This info video correlates air pollution with the pandemic we are currently facing, COVID-19. It will take just a little patience and support for us to encounter this crisis, but together we can do it. Let us get involved in the fight for cleaner and healthier air.